Good morning. It's 11 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. I thought I would come on now. It's my usual time I often come on, and I thought that it would be good for anybody who can't sleep in the US. And I have a couple of friends here in the UK that sometimes come on with me. And my friend Katrine might be able to come on with me, but I don't know. But at the moment, there's nobody here. So I'll just wait and see if anyone pops up. I'm Tracy, by the way, if you're new. If nobody comes along, I'll just show anyway, because I promised Emma I would. I've put down a brand new piece of drip paper. It's actually lining paper from a wallpaper roll. The lining paper is in the UK. I don't know if you have it in the US, but you put it up on the walls when your walls aren't in terribly good nick and you need a quick way of remedying it. So we'd had a small patch that we needed to do a little while ago, and I've got now a whole roll. So I'm using this roll, and let me see, what have I done with my other bit of drip paper that I've just finished? Well, I think here it is. Just get it. So here is my other bit of drip paper that I've just finished with. I think I'll leave it at that. I could use it for a bit longer, or I could indeed use the other side. It's previously tea stained. I haven't bothered tea staining this bit. I thought I would use this in something else, but I didn't, so there we are. I quite like that. It's got the smudgings from when I've been inking, from when I've been spreading watercolour around on other pieces of paper. That's where the shapes are here. Where I've experimented, well, where I've tried out a stamp before I've used it on a page. Yeah. So nobody's coming in. So I think I will just carry on. Just check my phone. Okie dokie. So I've referenced Selena down there in the description because some of these fabrics came from her, and she sells them from her lives, and also from, well, she doesn't sell just fabric, she sells all sorts of things that she finds, and she's a very good seller. I highly recommend her, especially if you're in the US. It's a bit more difficult if you're in the UK because we need to be very careful about customs. It's an extra cost that needs to be taken into account. But I wanted some boho type fabrics for a special journal I was going to do, and I was thrilled with what Selena sent me for the price that she charged. I thought it was very, very good. But I did get stung by customs, which was really unfortunate. But you live and learn. Okay, so I'm going to start showing my bits and pieces. I have quite a lot of cotton fabrics, like patchwork type fabrics, and that date quite a long way back, quite to the 80s when I first started patchworking and quilting. I even have a mix of polyester cotton. Yeah, I just have always liked fabric. And just lately, because I've started junk journaling, I've started collecting fabrics, more special fabrics from different places like Selena, and from scarves I don't wear, they're in my wardrobe, the fabric that I've kept for a long time, or the scarves especially that I find in charity shops. So I shall start. This first one isn't very exciting. They're all in a heap in the box, so I'm going to fold them up as I go and place them nice and tidily into my box. So I have a grey silk scarf here. It's quite sheer. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use that for, but I think that came from Primark actually. Now that's not very good folding, I know, but never mind. Better than it was. Now I have a piece here. This came from Selena. Isn't this gorgeous? Got gold on the edge. And it's purple with floral bits on. And I have to say, everything that came from Selena smelt lovely. She'd washed it and it smelt really nice. Not overly strong, but it just smelt nice, and it still smells nice. So it's nice to know when you're buying from a seller that it's going to be clean. I'm not sure what this is. I don't think it's silk, but it's a scarf that I got from Primark a long time ago. I've had it tied around a sun hat and all sorts. It's quite sheer, and it'd be nice for a journal, for decorating one. Here's another one from Primark. I think this was a hairband and I unstitched it so that I could use it around a sun hat or something. It's kind of got a shiny surface on this side. It's really quite pretty. This is my folding. Now this came from Selena. It's beautiful, isn't it? Fold that up. And of course I've already used some of the bits I got from Selena. So this is a scrap. A gold bit down this end. Try and get it. It's very sheer, it's beautiful. I don't know what it is. Could be silk. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. I love this colour. This is one of my favourite colours, apart from teal. I love teal. This is a more pinky colour than it shows on screen. More pinky purple, more plum-like. On screen it looks like a bluey purple. I've already used some of this in a journal. I've got this scarf. I've got two of these scarves, but I've kept it, put it in here. Hello, I have got some of you, and a thumbs up. Hello. I've kept this one because it's got a really good fringe on it, and I might cut into that and use the fringe at some point. So I'm going to be a good girl and fold it. Emma, hi! I'm glad you could get here. I sent you a message. Yeah, I did just start. I haven't shown very much. A small enough amount to show you again. I've emptied it. Oh, that's okay. I've emptied it all out and put it over this side. I've got my empty box down here, and I'm going to fold it as I go. Now this is yes, just for you, my honey, just for you. So there's this one, It's very sheer. This is a remnant from what Selena sent me. And I've left Selena's YouTube channel down there in my description box. So I've got a lovely selection from Selena. You're welcome. So this is a double. It's got this on this side, really sheer. Actually, that could be used in one of those instead of tulle, couldn't it? I just thought of that. And then it's got this on the other side. Really gorgeous. And this came from Selena. So I'm just showing my non-cotton fabrics. Most of my fabrics are cotton because they're patchworky, and some polycotton. Like the big tub over in the studio is all mostly cotton and polycotton, I think. I got this scarf from, these are all from Primark, I think, that I've had for a long time, and I've used them for like putting around my sun hat to match something or whatever. There's a red one. It's quite sheer. You can tell it's been used because some of the threads have separated a bit. That's quite pretty. And there's a grey silk one, plain, but yeah, they sell them really cheaply when they, well, this was back a long time ago. It was when my daughter was still living at home. So, you know, she's now 36. So she left home when she was, I don't know, when she went to university. That one's pretty. That's from Primark. This was a headband. A couple of them were headbands, and I've used this for something else. And on screen it looks bluey purple, but actually it's more of a plum pinky purple. I want to colour my hair purple. Well, that plum colour. I just fancy doing it. I mean, it's so mixy grey and salt and pepper now, as my mum would describe it. Here's, when you first came on, I was showing a khaki coloured scarf that I got from Primark with a fringe. It's a triangular type shawly thing. And I've put it in here because of the fringe. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to see if I can get one of those 24 wash type ones, because then it doesn't show such an obvious root thing, and I find them easier to use. Here's one. There's a beautiful one. That's from Selena. She doesn't have these all the time, but she gets in bundles. When I did my search online before I decided to actually buy from Selena, because she's in the US, I was looking up, trying to find someone in the UK. And because I don't get out a lot, I can't get up to the big cities like Bristol to go charity shop hunting, or to go up somewhere like Gloucester Road and go into the Indian, Pakistani textile type places. So it is gorgeous. So to me, the cost of buying from Selena, it was a good price. When I looked online to see what I could get from the UK, like a single piece like this, or half the size of that, was £5 just for one bit. I thought, it's just so expensive. But anyway, then I have next on the part, oh, this bit here, it's going to fall off. This is from Catrine's Happy Mail. It's like Christmas fabric. Very gorgeous. Feels, I think it's probably a plasticky thing. And what's this? I think this came from Selena. Beautiful colours. Gorgeous. Oh, two more people. Hello. then this I got from the charity shop, and you might have seen it before because I used it underneath when I had been recording. Thank you, Emma. So it's like, I'm going to hold it back. It's like this on one side, and then it's like that on the other. If I hold it up close, you can see it's just a running stitch all the way along the fabric, back and forth, back and forth. Very simple to do, just takes time. And on the other side it looks like that. I'm not sure if this comes from India, but it is very much like Kantha, which is a style of stitching. So this was a really wonderful find. I'm not sure I want to cut it up. I think I might want to wear it at least once or twice. I really like it, and I love wearing bright colours in the winter. I don't know, the UK people seem to wear such dowdy colours in the winter. Oh, the other person's gone. Okay, also from Selena, being as we were talking about Kantha, this is from a genuine Kantha quilt, and I've got 4 bits of this. Now what the women used to do, this is the poor of India did this. Whenever they got a scrap of fabric, they would add it to a bigger piece of fabric and stitch over it like this. They do have some fancy designs as well in their stitching, but this one's just straight. This is just 2 layers of fabric, so I would imagine this is a more modern contemporary version. There is a seam there, you can see it running down there, and on the other side also there is a seam, but it's really soft, and these became quilts. So Selena has bought these as quilts and then cut them up for her customers who use them for journal covers. So this one she added in as a gift, because the ones I ordered were rectangular. So, and then, oops, where did this come from? I think this was Selena as well. It feels like it could be silk. It's got a pretty edging. I've used some of it already. Really pretty. But Emma, if you haven't sewed before, I would advise you start with cotton fabrics. Get used to that, and then start using more specialty things, because it's more slippery and it's more difficult to handle. So get used to a needle and thread and cotton first. That's what I would suggest, even if whether it's by hand or machine. Hello, other person. Now you've seen this before. This came from Katrine. I've used bits of this already. I've used single lines of the bits, and now this, oh, here's a little bit of brown. I'm not sure. This might have come with Selena's bits, or it might have come with, no, I don't think it came with Selena's bits. I think it came with a bag of fabric I might have been given. It's ordinary brown, but I quite like brown. I suit brown myself. Now this is a scarf. I think it's probably old and faded, but it's quite pretty, and I think it would be nice on a journal. It's got a pretty fringe which feels like it's cotton. So I think the warp, which is the long tension bit, was cotton thread. I don't know what the other bit is, the weft. And there's, I don't know if you can see, but there's flowers in it. Excuse me. That's quite nice. I don't think I've cut into this yet, but I picked it up really cheaply in a charity store. There you go, fold it up. Oh, itchy. Now this is a scarf, and it's shot fabric, meaning that it changes with different, it goes red and it goes green. Someone else has gone in and out. I'm not sure. I don't think it's silk. But I've used some of that already. I've got a frayed edge. There's an odd piece of lace that's not meant to be in there. That can go somewhere else. Oh, there's a bit from Selena. It's really pretty, isn't it? Hello, there's a lurker. Now this I got from a charity shop, and it's very pretty. It's a scarf. I have to think about how I'm going to cut this up. At the ends, it's a special kind of weaving, whereas this is all woven in one. And when it's got to here, you see those threads running through? Well, it's got weaving on this side and then another weaving on the other side. So what they've done, they've had a multi-shaft loom. They've woven all the threads, including the gold, onto the warp. They've had it on the, it's all these threads are on the warp, and they've used then gold and purple going back the other way. But the way they've done it is so that they can make 2 layers, well actually it's 2 layers of fabric, one underneath and one on top, with the gold threads running through in between them loosely. So it's quite clever. If I show it up again, you can see the gold threads running through, and every now and again there's a little like emblem, and they've used the gold thread there, and it runs across. So it's quite a clever weave. I imagine this would have cost quite a bit originally. My loom is more basic. I'm not I don't think I could do this on my loom. It's really pretty. I love the cleverness of it. I can't remember what it's called when you have a double fabric like that. But it has a name. And there's this gold. This came from, oh sorry, is it a bit too bright? This is, it looks silver, but it's actually gold, and it came from Katrine. I'll put it away because it's getting a lot of brightness on there. And I've used a bit of this already. This is from Selena. So when I made my daughter's journal, I used one of those medallions on the front. Like, this is a scarf that's been worn and worn and worn and worn. It's cotton. It came from some high street store many years ago. It's much faded. Might have been New Look actually, but a long time ago. It's a limey green and it's got a silver thread running through it and a bit of blue print, which is, I mean, it's very thin, so I haven't cut into that yet. Quite nice and soft, that one. Then more Primark scarves. I've got loads of Primark scarves. When I lived in Bristol, I used to go there quite a lot. I don't know why I bought this one, because I'm just not into that kind of thing. Maybe my daughter gave it to me. I don't know. It's got a silver thread running through it. Do you like this kind of fabric, Emma? Oh, somebody else is here. Hello. Got 3 people watching. 1 thumbs up. Because this isn't something I would use much of, and I'd be really happy to send it to you, or send you half of it anyway. So if you like it, I'll send you some of that. And even if you don't sew it, you could glue it onto something. So let me know, I'll put it aside for the moment. There's this black, it's cotton I think, with metallic threads running through it. This is a butterfly. Actually, I should put this aside for my butterfly journal I'm planning to do. It's quite sheer. I'm putting that aside, it can go with my... Then this was a headband from Primark again. I didn't ever wear it as such. £1 or £2 sometimes. Yes, these weren't very much. No, I don't like animal prints that much either. Okay, that's fine, honey. I'll pop it in here. I'd rather you said that you didn't want something. Quite like that swirly whirly one. I think this has probably been around a sun hat as well. It's a little frayed on the edges. Yep, folded. Another one. So this is all silky, and it's not silk, but it's kind of got a soft feel. It's got a sheen to it. Now this is actually a sleeve, and it's from, I've just had this for like forever. It's from a blouse. Brenda, hello honey. Oh, did I see Mama Boo there? I'll look when that comes up again. Emma, no Mama Boo. I thought I saw Mama Boo. This is from a blouse my mum wore in the 60s. Really quite old. And I used it for my dolls. I think it's really pretty. I love the colours in it. So that would be used on a special journal that I would keep. And I've got this small bit of gold. This is made out of plastic. I can tell by the threads that come off of it. A lady in the village gave me this. I've got a bigger bit and some red. Actually, Emma, would you like that bit? Because I've got more. So I've got this lovely big bit. In gold. These friends in the village, they have special fabrics, real glittery, beautiful, like Indian type style fabrics that they get out at Christmas time, and they use it to wrap all their family's presents in. Then when they're unwrapped, all the fabrics go back again in a box for the following year. I think it's a lovely way of giving a gift. So they only use it when they know they're getting the fabric back, which is fair enough. This is from Selena. It's really pretty. This feels quite, it's kind of got a stiffness to it though, sheer. It is, isn't it? I love that idea. You're up very early, Brenda. Can't you sleep? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This is from, I can't remember what this is from. I got it recently. I think it might be a scarf. We'll come across the rest of it soon, no doubt. Now this is from, it's gold on that side, and it's more silvery gold on this side. And it's, I'll hold it back further, it's just one bunch of flowers. I don't get given flowers very often, but when I do, my son gives me lovely flowers. He gives me flowers from Waitrose, and they come beautifully presented. And I like, I love the stuff that's wrapped around them, so I keep it. This is from Selena. I could sleep during 70 Acres last night, got up at 1 a.m, back to bed at 3, woke up at 5:30. Oh, so it's, because when I do my live, I usually go on at 11. So I do the clock for 11 a.m. and then it tells me it's 3 a.m. So I'm not sure whereabouts in the US it's actually 3 a.m. No, it's not a lot of sleep. This is, I'll hold it up that way. This is from Selena's shop. Yeah, she sent, when I ordered the fabric from Selena, not the quilty bits, but these other bits. Oh, and this has got a really pretty flower on it. I've used it on my daughter's journal. It was like £1 in weight, £1 1 ounce. Oh, I think this came from, oh, this feels beautiful. Central Time. So is that like Missouri, the sort of like the central states area? I haven't actually looked at a map of the time zones in America. Okay, thanks for that. I'll try and remember that. This is gorgeous yellow. You can see it's got a little bit of a florally thing on it. It's really pretty. It's more buttery than it looks on there. Actually, butter? More like melted butter. It's a really beautiful yellow. It's more bright than on there. And what else we got? Here's another one from Selena. This is a sheer as well. Beautiful. West of Georgia and east of Colorado. Okay, thank you. Isn't that lovely? It's really soft. I think this is silk. Actually, I think there might have been a smaller bit of earlier. No, I haven't cut into it. It's got selvage at either end. Just beautiful. Okay, what have we got now? Ah, that's where that bit of fabric. Oh no, this is something else. This is a scarf. that I must have picked up in a charity shop. It's pink and brown, and it's almost like a goldy green in it. It's quite pretty. It doesn't really show up very well on there, but it's quite pretty. I won't bother showing you that. That's the underbit of a top that I got in a charity shop. I had lace over the top of it, and this is just like stretchy. Ugh, I hate to wear that next to my skin. It's like a stretchy knit, but with shine on it. Ugh. Fine for something else though. Ah, oh no, it's still not it. This is a top that I got from somewhere, and this has got butterflies on it, or moths as well. Scavenge. Just trying to see where it comes from. It's polyester. Got loads and loads of labels on it. Monsoon. There you go. It's polyester. I bought it for me, and even when I played with it and tried to change it, it just didn't look right. I'm short and rather dumpy at the moment. It just didn't look right on me. So I thought I would use it, cut it up. Fresh dew. Is that like an orange juice? This is a scarf. I think it's Primark. Years and years ago. Silver threads through it. Haven't cut into that yet either. Here's another one. I used to wear a lot of scarves, had a thing about scarves, was always wearing one. That was when I was in my late 30s and 40s. That stage, this is a lovely sort of watermelon-y colour with a silver, I think it's a silver thread running through it. And then I have got some tulle organza. I think it's organza. This is kind of a shot organza, and it's kind of got a goldy colour in it, but it's predominantly grey silver. Quite pretty. I got that reduced at a fabric shop. Very much reduced, like it was only about 99p. And there's this piece of fabric from Selena. Yes, probably is actually, isn't it? These have got pretty little things on them, motifs. I've used one already somewhere, and then it gets more green on this edge. So pretty. Yeah, love scarves, and it's got quite a pretty edge to it as well. That would be nice to cut the green off, not all the green, but some of the green, and use it as a trim. So something like that. Here's another Primark scarf. How many have I got? Orange and brown. It's kind of got a satiny feel to it. Yeah, that is an actual scarf, not a head scarf. Not that I wore headscarves, but I used to adapt them for other things. Oh, some more Selena fabric. Oh, it goes this way. You see that? It's the most beautiful green. I'll fold it. You might get a more green view of it. See how green that is? It's quite sheer. And it's the other thread running through, it's quite coppery. Quite sheer. I can see right through it. There's another bit from Selena. It's gorgeous, isn't it? And I'll fold it up and you can see how blue that is. Just gorgeous. Love, 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 love. Yes, Selena gets a lot of hers from India. She has a seller over there that she buys from. Selena's very good. She will tell you who she uses to buy things from. She's very into sharing information and supporting other people. There's a turquoisey piece. I'm trying to show it at its best, but if I fold it, maybe it might show the turquoise more. Keep it still, Tracy. It's very beautiful. I was going to use that on my daughter's journal, but it didn't quite fit, so I used something else in the end. And this is a scarf from the 90s, from Primark, I think. Hi, Joey. Nice to see you. I'm just showing off some fabrics, like not cotton, but more the polyester silks and the difficult to sew type fabrics. So this is a khaki colour with a gold thread through it. Yes, Brenda. I'd be the same. Oh, got a message. Excuse me while I look at my message. My husband's gone to visit his mum who went into hospital last night. I'll just check. Okay, I'm just going to send him a quick message. Right. So that was that one. I can't remember where Joey... Oh, I remember. Sort of up just above the Midlands, aren't you, Joey? Sort of Cheshire way? This bit came from Katrine. And it's kind of like a completely different fabric on that side. Amber got a piece of this as well in hers. Then there's that bit. This is from Selena. And I can't remember where this came from. Ah, okay. Emma's north of England too. This is like kind of velvety, but not velvet like I remember it from a child. And I can't remember where it came from. Ah, this came from Katrine. I hope it doesn't, not too bright. It's very pink. Yes, this Katrine gets a lot of her fabrics from the commissions that she gets to do. I think she does a lot of sewing and tailoring for for filming and drama and stuff. So she gets to keep the remnants. That is a really, really hot pink. Absolutely gorgeous. It's another piece from Selena of Amour Fabriques. It's green. Fold it up so you can see it's like a foresty green. Central Florida, 55 miles north of Disney World. Oh, so you're not too far from Disney World in American miles, quite close. I mean, in American miles, I mean, we are told that Americans can drive 200 miles and not think it's very far, whereas 200 miles to us is a long way. That would be like an expedition. But whether that's true or whether it's a stereotype, generalization type thing, I don't know. This is from lovely Selena. Joey, do you follow Selena? She is so lovely. And she's got the most gorgeous smile. And giggle. I love her giggle. There, that's a little... Now this is from a piece of clothing. And I cut that out of it and I cannot remember where it came from. Something that was given to me. At one time I was being given a lot of adult clothing. And most of it didn't suit me. Oh, what movie is that? I've missed something. Obviously you can't think of the name, but what was the movie about? Look up. I'll try looking up. Oh yes, I can go up. The Peddler's Market. Caffeine. Dew. Central, talking about Central Time. Then you were talking about sleep. Then, am I gone up too far? There's been talking about my purple hair that I want to do. I can't see it. It's not on there. Exotic Marigold Hotel. I must have missed it. Yeah, that's a great movie. And there's another one out now too, isn't there? I'm just going to move this up a bit. My head's cut off. Is that better? Right. There's a bit there. I'm not sure if I'd cut that out or not. Tyrone, okay, autocorrect. Geeky's not. Yeah, I like that movie. And there was a movie about a boy, wasn't there? I never saw it, but didn't he go from poverty to... Was it to do with dancing or something? And maybe that's the one you mean. So it's more shiny fabric from Katrine. Judi Dench, yeah, another amazing piece. Yeah, that was great. I love that film. I've not seen the second one yet. Slumdog Millionaire. Is that the one you meant? It's the one I was talking about. I've not seen it, so I obviously don't know the storyline, but here's another scarf I got from the charity shop. Actually, this is more of a pashmina. I love that purpley bluey ends to it, and it's got the self-patterning through it, and then the purple at the end again. I haven't cut into that yet. It's not, I'd wear the brownie bit, I bought it for journals. I didn't buy it to wear. Oh, this is a bit of a scarf. I cut into this for my daughter's journal. That's one end of it. I used the bluey bit that's more like this. And this. Oh, you can still see it's got a bit there, but yeah. Oh, and here's the rest of it. It's folded. Now here's more from, these are the Cantha quilts from Selena. I'll hold it up. This one has got 1, 2, 3 layers to it predominantly. Might have 4 in places. Oh, it's 4 there. So where a place got worn, they would just stitch another bit over it when they found another piece of fabric. Fabrics wore out, and then they wore fabrics until they wore out. Then they would stitch what remained into the Cantha quilts. So they could be many, many layered. Another one. Smells nice. I like that side. That looks like antique quilt to me. That's what it says to me. I'll hold it up more closely. It's just the colours and that makes me think that. And this is the last one of those. I like this one too. And the other side. Love the purple side more. And here's another bit from Selena. Like gold thread, but it's not shiny, with silver edging. And a little bead in the middle. There's some purple. I think we might have, no, I don't think we did see this one before. Saw something similar. Now this is something I did, I've cut into it, so there's not much left of it. I did when I was doing a foundation course. I was experimenting. It's mum fleece, sheep wool that I have dyed myself, and it's on tulle. And I did it to make leaves. I was doing like a woodland project at the time. I might have used that dissolving stuff on it. I can't remember. There's a single leaf there. You see this stitching, and then on the back, it's like that. Oh, here's a good scarf I've got. This will make a good journal cover. Great for a boho journal. Well, a few actually. It's 100% viscose apparently. Right, more from Selena. You're going to be all fabriced out after this, aren't you, Emma? Oh, thanks, Emma. Oh, it's wrong way around. I've used this already on Holly's medallion. I took the centre out, but I've kept this little bit. Oops, fabric. Threads. Go down there. Right. And this. Purpley end. I think we might have seen that before. Sure, it's from Selena. Ah, this is that bit I had before. This is from it. A small scrap. This is quite pretty. It's sheer, but it's got little roses on it. Just gorgeous. I couldn't leave that in a charity shop, could I? Just beautiful. But one good thing about doing this, it means I tidy up my little pile there. Now I found this in a charity shop. Now something I really... Oh, good. I'm glad. It's not. I would never ever buy it. It makes me cringe, the feel of it. But it'd be excellent as to use for trimming, because it's got... Let's see if I can hold it so you can see. Can you see if I cut in between those? That'd be excellent, wouldn't it? For trimming the edge of pages or... doing something. It's got little glittery bits on the edges. So when I saw that, I just didn't think of me at all. I thought of junk journaling. This has kind of got... I'm not sure where this came from. It might have come from Selena. It's kind of got a faint animal printish thing to it. I fold it to give you a better impression. It looks like that, but it's not. It's just it's the way it's been printed. I can't remember what I said now that you would say, oh yes, it would to Emma. Oh dear, I'm getting old. This is what I used for the journal that I sold on Etsy. I used one of these the other end of the scarf. It's really pretty. It's green. I can't remember where I bought it from. I love the tiny little tassels on it. Holes in it. I love that one. A bit of green. Hi Teresa, good morning. I'm coming to the end of my pile now. Now this is a bit of scarf. Did I show this scarf before? Or no, this must have... I can tell by the smell. This came from Selena. It smells lovely. This feels like it's wool. I'll show it up close. Gosh, it's 12 o'clock already. Gosh, I've been on a whole hour. And there's this one. I don't know where this came from, but I've had it quite a long time. It's from my 90s scarf wearing phase. So it's a kind of a rusty orange with little flowers on it, and it's got little glittery bits on the ends. And indeed through the fabric all the way up actually, like there. Now the lady in the village who gave me that gold fabric also gave me this lovely piece of red. This is the kind of thing they wrap presents in, and it's kind of got this creasy thing to it going on with it. This is fabric, well, it's actually more the paper, but this comes from flower wrapping. It's got a little tiny white dot on it. Another one from this. Oh, we're nearly at the end of the pile now. This one's from Selena. The back of it. The front. It's thicker, this fabric. It feels like a brocade. Because most of the fabrics were more sheer that she sent. And this one came from Selena as well. I'll hold it back so that you can see full of it, full bit of it. And then I'll hold it up closely so you can see that it's shiny, got a goldy colour to it. Really pretty. So I need to get on and make a lot of boho type journals, don't I, girls? And of course this bit came from Katrine. I've used a bit of this already. Love that, it's really pretty. Love both of them. And then I've got this, I think this came from Katrine actually. This is like a fur type fabric. I'm not into animal prints really, but that might have a use if I that I think that's the only bit I've got of more brocadey type stuff. Then we've got, there's a tiny scrap of pink silk. I'm going to put that aside for you, Emma. Then there's this beautiful, beautiful purple silk. This is from my daughter-in-law's bridesmaids dresses. They were layered with, they had some matching lace. Yeah, get making. Oh. And this is only the specialty things. You haven't seen the other ones. And then I've got, this is from Hobbycraft. Years and years and years ago, it's just a silk scarf. It's for painting. I've never done anything with it. I've got one or two of these. These are really cheap. Silk. So I can go to painting that at some point as well. I have made, in the past I've made fabric journals. So that's it. Yeah, I have made fabric journals with like fabric pages. But you can't write on those, of course. I like being able to write. Hello, Kathy. I've just come to the end of showing off my fabrics. Purple. Yeah, the purple's lovely, isn't it? Yeah. Did you have a good sleep? Have you still got your grandchild with you, Kathy, or has he gone home to his mummy? Oh, did you, Kathy? Okay, I'll go and check. Thank you. We will need another live for the other ones. The only thing is, down in the studio, there's not a very good Wi-Fi reception. So it probably wouldn't be wouldn't be very nice to view. Oh, sorry, Kathy, I missed that. As soon as I get off live, I'll go and check, Kathy. So I don't go on Facebook very often. But I'll go and have a look. Okay, so I think I'm going to hop off now. I'm so sorry for Kathy who's just come in. But I feel that I need to. Oh, your post office. Okay, Kathy, I'll deal with that immediately. Yeah, I'll do that as soon as I got my tablet free from this live. I'll go and have a look. Oh, It's strange. Because I checked on Facebook and it looked fine to me. Okay. Okay. I'll do that. Anyway, I will go, and apparently there's only 2 of you here now. So I'll go and deal with that, and I need to contact my husband about his mum. Yeah. Some post offices are like that. There's one in Minehead that's like that, so I tend to use different ones. Oh, you're welcome, Emma. And you get home tomorrow, don't you? So I didn't want to deal with that package until you were home. I thought that was the best thing to do. Okay then. Bye, lovelies. Love you. Mwah. See you later. Probably at Katrine's. Or Kathy's. Yeah, have a great day. Bye. Thanks for coming.